If you're watching this video, you likely already know how interesting cats can be. But sometimes, why they're so great can be hard to put into words. Luckily, there seems to be no shortage of quotes about our feline overlords, penned by some very talented and intellectual minds. Here, in no particular order, are some of our favorite quotes about our feline friends. Cats are a mysterious kind of folk. Sir Walter Scott.
You're watching Animal Facts.
We'll start it off with a simple quote from a famous 19th century writer and social critic, perhaps best known for his works A Christmas Carol, Great Expectations, and A Tale of Two Cities, Charles Dickens. About cats, Dickens simply wrote, "What greater gift than the love of a cat?" That love does come with some boundaries, though. A cat will be your friend, but never your slave, according to Dickens' French contemporary, writer, poet, painter, and art critic Théophile Gautier. Which may explain why I've never been able to train my cats to fetch my slippers, or to do anything on command for that matter. Well, other than come eat. As the author of the book Maverick Cats, Ellen Perry Berkeley writes, "As every cat owner knows, nobody owns a cat. Cats like their comforts. In fact, cats are connoisseurs of comfort, according to 20th century veterinary surgeon and writer James Herriot." Albert Schweitzer was a 20th century theologian, organist, writer, humanitarian, philosopher, and physician, and a Nobel Peace Prize recipient for his philosophy on the reverence of life. Yeah, he did a lot of stuff. Schweitzer had this to say about cats. There are two means of refuge from the miseries of life, music and cats. So he basically gives us the top two reasons people come to YouTube, well before there were even PCs or smartphones. Speaking of why people flock to YouTube, Cynthia E. Varnado nailed it on the head when she said, "It is impossible to keep a straight face in the presence of one or more kittens." But it's a good thing cats aren't writing our history. Because as 20th century historian Eugene Webe said, if cats could write history, their history would be mostly about cats. Which might actually make a great YouTube channel. Oh come on, you know you'd watch it. American journalist, commentator, and op-ed columnist for the New York Times, Charles M. Blow perhaps had more to say about fibs than kitties with his next quote, but it does ring true to many a cat owner. Blow said, "A lie is like a cat. You need to stop it before it gets out the door, or it's really hard to catch." We know cats don't tell lies, because as artist Nan Porter said, if cats could talk, they wouldn't. And cats are not all hush-hush when it comes to their emotions, as Pulitzer and Nobel Prize winning writer and journalist Ernest Hemingway points out. A cat has absolute emotional honesty. Human beings, for one reason or another, may hide their feelings, but a cat does not. Fantasy author Lloyd Alexander showed us how we should look to the cat for life advice when he said, "The only thing a cat worries about is what's happening right now." Of course, American singer, actor, and poet Rod McKuen had his own reasons why we should model our lives after cats when he said, "Cats have it all, admiration, and endless sleep, and company only when they want it." To follow that up, English writer W.L. George sums up a cat's existence with this quote, "Cats know how to obtain food without labor, shelter without confinement, and love without penalties." Yes, cats can definitely teach us a thing or two about life. Mark Twain, who really needs no introduction, at least according to him, sums it up best. "A man who carries a cat by the tail learns something he can learn no other way." Yes, Mr. Twain, there are those among us that only learn through much pain. At least that's what I get from it. I'm certainly not inclined to try this experiment. Assuming you've not grabbed your cat by the tail, there are few things in life more heartwarming than to be welcomed by a cat, according to American literary editor Tay Hohoff. But you can't always trust your cat's direction, as stand-up comedian and actress Paula Poundstone points out. The problem with cats is that they get the same exact look whether they see a moth or an axe murderer. What are your favorite cat quotes? Well, let us know in the comments. Well, I hope you enjoyed, and I've got to go now. Because as author Seanan McGuire said, when Rome burned, the emperor's cat still expected to be fed on time. Remember, in ancient times, cats were worshipped as gods, and they have not forgotten this. Terry Pratchett, English fantasy author. Wait, you're still watching? Oh yeah, I see. Definitely cute. Yep, that's a cute kitty. Oh, look at it. It's so cute. Thanks for hanging with us. If you want more cat videos, you can check out more here. If you like this one, go ahead and smash that like button. If you're a subscriber, thank you. If not, what are you waiting for? If you'd like to help me make more videos like this one, there are plenty of ways listed in the description. And as always, cat you next time.